Hey guys, Paul Mueller here, Bassmaster Elite Pro, and one thing I'm going to talk about today is something that I get asked a lot. If you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see a lot of screenshots or videos that I put out on the Garmin panoptix, and a lot of guys don't understand what panoptix is. So this video is going to basically, in my best way to describe it, show you panoptix, how it works, and how it helps me catch more fish. This segment is going to be on actually helping me catch suspended fish. We're going to target crappie, and what I'm going to do is there's going to be a series of videos on showing different applications for panoptix. So this video is suspended crappie with Garmin panoptix. So I've come over some fish. That's a school of crappie right there. That's what it looks like on the 2D. A lot of times they're going to be stacked vertically. There's another school right there, and that's what it looks like on the side view. White dots. So when I see that, I'm going to drop my trolling motor, turn on that panoptix, and locate that school of fish. All right, so how panoptix works, before we go any further, this is the panoptix transducer. It's mounted on the shaft of the trolling motor, so it's forward looking. So when you mount it properly, wherever that arrow is pointed is where you're looking. So when I'm searching for fish, and this is the panoptix screen, the top left corner is where the boat is. So this is the boat. This is the depth of the water. This is the grid, so we're in 40 foot of water. And now this is what you're looking at in front of you, whichever that arrow is pointed at. I like to keep it at 70 feet as a setting. Sometimes I'll go to 60 and 50 in shallower water, but when I'm fishing 30, 40 foot of water, I like it at 70. If I reach out a bunch, everything kind of gets condensed. So I like to keep it at 70. I get a good picture. And realistically, a lot of times I'm going to make my presentation 20 to 40, maybe 50 foot at the most. Sometimes a little shorter than 20, but I'm going to try to stay in that 20 to 40 foot range. So let's see how panoptix works. Right now there's nothing in the water column. You see the bottom right here? Nothing in the water column. We're looking for suspended crappie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot this trolling motor. You can see I can do kind of a 360, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of scan around, and when there's a school of them, they're going to come right into the screen. You can see there they are right there. That's a school of crappie. You can see they're suspended about 20 foot, 20 to 30 foot. Now as I move towards them, and that's what's so cool about this, is that we're fishing clear water. So if these fish are suspended under the surface, a lot of times if they see the shadow of the boat, they're going to get spooked. You can see all those fish. They're coming into the screen now. So what I can do, and this is what's so awesome, the thing about panoptix too is that it's real time. So those fish are swimming, you can see where they're moving. It's not like traditional 2D sonar, which it sends down a signal, gets a return, writes it on the screen. This is history. This is real time. So I can actually take it and I can see, I'm going to just kind of ease up to them. You can see those fish are suspended. Some of those bigger fish are going to have some yellow on them. And I'm going to make a short little cast. And you can watch my bait fall right into these fish. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of hover it over them. You can see that one is going down to it. Oh, I just got hit. I'm going to put it back down. These are my jigs falling right there. And there's one racing, and I got him. Just like that. That is such a cool deal to be able to video game fish. And now they're starting to come under the boat. You can see they're coming close to the boat. Now they're reading on the 2D. But look, they won't stay under the boat. As soon as they see that shadow of the boat, they're gone. So that's where the panoptix comes in as an advantage, because I can stay right off these fish and make a precise presentation. There they are right there. I'm going to make a short little flip cast. Let's see if my There's my jig going down into him right now. I'm gonna keep it over him. And this is video game fishing at its finest, because you're able to keep that bait right over the top of the school. There's one right with me right now. He's following it. And usually those fish, when you keep it with crappie, when you keep that bait over the top of the school, like that, oh, it came off. Those are the most active fish. You can see I got them on my 2D now. These fish seem to be pretty aggressive. Dropping it on the 2D. There he is. But they don't stick around too long though. You can see they're gone. See how they're spooking? You can actually see the fish move away from the boat. They don't like to be under the boat. This is something that you'd never even see if you were just looking at 2D. You'd think maybe you drifted off them or whatever, but those fish are actually moving away from the boat. So what we're gonna do is let this one go and get right back on that school. And what's so cool is if those fish move, I know exactly the direction that they're going in, and I can lead my boat right back into them. Whereas in the past, I would have to zigzag around to try to find those fish. I can get right back on them. Here's my jig going down. Just gonna keep it above them. And it shows you, you know, a lot of times what their activity level's like. You know, if you got to slow down your presentation. Sometimes I've even had to change the weight of my bait. There he is right there. Seen him eat it. Easy. Such an advantage when you're fishing deep water, and especially on suspended fish.